Fearless.
Selfless.
Thurgood Marshall, in my opinion, is a hero to all people.
On October 2nd, 1967, Thurgood Marshall changed the face of the Supreme Court as the first African-American justice.
As a justice, he made sure that he upheld the laws that were in place so that equality would be for all students and just for all people in general, no matter what race.
But long before he sat on the nation's highest court, Marshall gained attention with some career-defining cases. Most famously, he fought and won Brown versus Board of Education, the landmark case that ended racial segregation in schools nationwide. The decision banned separating people by race, meaning for the first time there was no school just for white people or just for black people. It was a huge victory in the fight for civil rights and allowed African Americans to gain ground in other areas like equal housing, equal employment, and equal voting rights.
It was a big deal because before, white kids and black kids couldn't go to the same school. It was separate, and we each had a separate bathroom and separate water fountain. In my perspective, it might have felt like black kids wasn't worth anything.
Marshall served on the Supreme Court for 23 years and died just 2 years after retiring.
I'm Thurgood Marshall with the NAACP.
You a lawyer?
I am.
This month, the new movie Marshall will showcase his life and his historic rise, says director Reginald Hedlund. Why was Thurgood Marshall's story one that you wanted to tell?
There's the guys who wrote the Constitution, and cool document. All men are created equal. They couldn't live up to it. It took Thurgood Marshall centuries later to say, no, that whole thing you're promising in the Constitution, we're going to make it real.
Books, Mr. Friedman.
Chadwick Boseman, most known for his recent role as Marvel's Black Panther, plays the title role.
How do you think today would be different if he hadn't existed?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know, would we even be here talking to each other in this way? I don't know if that would be possible, with the students being in integrated schools.
Actor Josh Gad says Marshall's not just a hero for Black Americans, but all Americans.
50 years later, his willingness to put himself on the line, whether he was a solitary lawyer working for the NAACP or a Supreme Court justice creating laws, his story should be told because that same sort of activism is necessary now more than ever.
In Harlem, New York, students at Thurgood Marshall Academy held a big party in honor of their school's namesake to celebrate the 50th anniversary of his swearing in as a Supreme Court justice. It's the kickoff event of year-long planned celebrations to honor the man who fought for equality.
If he would have never set that road for us, people of color wouldn't have had that push to go forward and accomplish their dreams.
I want to tell him thank you for all the things he's done because now we're in a better place.
Cassie Hudson, Channel 1 News.